Howdy, howdy, good afternoon. Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. My name is Adam Prenz. I'm the investigator for Meldon Law Firm. Our good friend Jeffrey Meldon, our owner, is out of town, and he's asked me to step in with him today. I just want to kind of tell you a little bit about Meldon Law to begin with. Meldon Law is a personal injury and criminal defense law firm. We help people in the North Central Florida community who have been injured as a result of a serious accident or have been charged with a crime. Those are the two areas that we specialize in, and we've had great success. The consultations that we do are absolutely free. No charge to find out if we can be of assistance to you. If you have been hurt or know somebody that's been hurt, by all means, have them give us a call, 352-373-8000, and let them speak to one of our seasoned attorneys and see if there's something that we can do to help. We are local. We have offices. Our main office is in Gainesville, Florida here, where we're recording from at the Spurrier Gridiron Grill. And we also have offices in Ocala. We have another office up in Lake City, Florida as well. So if you need us, you're in an accident, know a family member or friend who's been in an accident and they're not at fault for the accident and need assistance, by all means give us a call and we'll do all we can to help you out. A couple announcements for Meldon Law. We have a working relationship with the University of Florida, the Gators, and we have some events coming up. The Fan Fest for the gymnastics, Meldon Law Fan Fest, will be happening on January 26th there at the O'Connell Center. It's more aptly known as the O-Dome for those that are here and attend. And that'll be going on from 5 p.m. until 6:45 p.m. on the 26th of January. Please come by. The practice court inside the O-Dome, you can spin the wheel and win a lot of free Gator swag. Additionally, we've got basketball season is kicked off, and we have the men's basketball fan fest is going on January 27th at the O-Dome from 10:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. Again, come by. It's there by the practice court and spin the wheel and see if you can win some Meldon Law and some Gator gear. We also, Meldon Law does ticket giveaways for Gator sports. And so if you love Gator sports, as I'm sure many of you do, please just go to the Meldon Law Facebook page and you can join the group, and there you can enter for a chance to win Gator ticket giveaways there on our Facebook page. Right now, like I said, we've got basketball and gymnastics tickets because those are the seasons that are in play at this time, and you can win tickets for free. There's no obligation to do anything with the firm. It's just a way that we can interact with the community and build relationships, because that's what Meldon Law is all about. So I know y'all see this younger gentleman sitting here next to me, and now that the announcements are done, I wanted to introduce our special guest for this episode of Meldon Law and Friends. And I'm kind of excited about this interview because he lives up where I'm from, and up in Live Oak, Florida. And our guest today is Steve Johnson. He's known on air as Stevie D.
That's correct.
And he's the Director of Sales and On-Air Talent at Southern Stone Communications of Florida. And he works off of WQHL 98.1, the Big 98, there in my hometown of Live Oak. And Steve, it's a pleasure to have you.
Adam, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So
it's good to be back with you guys.
Well, and it's good. You now know that you can go to our Facebook page and win some tickets.
That's right.
To Gator basketball and Gator gymnastics.
That's right. Right on. Absolutely.
So, Steve, I want to give you a minute just to kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you're from, what you got cooking up in Live Oak.
All righty. Well, I was born in Tampa, 1960, and was raised in a little town called Dover, Florida, just outside of Tampa. And I went to Plant City High School, graduated in 1978, and then did a few things down in there. Been in sales most of my life. in one way or the other, and then came up here in 1988.
Okay.
Left there and came up with a family, 2 small boys, married, and settled in a little town called O'Brien, a little bit south of Live Oak, Florida.
That's right.
And that was in '88, August of '88, and up there was a small gospel station at the time, a little 91.3 station.
Okay.
Still on the air, but
It is.
at that time I was kind of into contemporary gospel music, and they were playing some of the old standards, and I went and had a meeting with the owner and talked to him about maybe doing a radio show with more contemporary music.
Okay.
Or Sandy Patty, Amy Grant, DeGromo and Key, Petra, Imperials, the contemporary artists at that time, and started doing that at just volunteering my time, up in 1990, and did that for several years, and then got into commercial radio in '97. Was the voice of the Brantford Buccaneers, who actually had the Gator colors.
They do.
So I got to do that for 7 years, and it was a lot of fun doing the sports announcing and play-by-play. And then got into commercial radio in 1997, and been there ever since. So I've been in the market about 33 years, and didn't know I was going to be a DJ growing up, but kind of fell into it by accident.
You certainly got the voice for it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a cool gig. I've got the opportunity to meet a lot of people, like folks like yourself here, and Coach Spurrier, and it's interesting to how the avenue or the vehicle of radio media works, and how it operates, and how it introduces people to whatever the subject may be, whether it's information, entertainment, music,
news.
so on and so forth, news. So it's a multifaceted medium, And a lot of people ask me about the commercial radio. Is it still viable? And it is, because your local stations are the ones telling you got a bad hurricane coming, or a bad storm coming, or you got a bad wreck, or something that keeps you up to date on what's happening in the area, versus the Spotifys of the world and so on and so forth, Pandoras. And so, but anyway, so that's kind of like a little Reader's Digest version if I got into it.
Cliff Note version.
Yeah, Cliff Note version, yeah. So, but I've enjoyed it. It's been a great time. Look forward to continue doing it for many years to come, and we'll see what the future holds.
That's great. We were talking before the show, and I was telling you that I grew up listening to the Big 98.
Right.
And, when I'm in Live Oak, I still listen to the Big 98. My parents still live up there, and I still have family in the area, and I'm up there quite a bit. And the Big 98's been a part of my life as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Well, it started out as Wiener Radio, WNER back in the day, and then it went to WQHL. But like I said, I started there April 2nd, 2002. And but it's a hometown station and reaches a large, vast audience, 50,000 watts. Today's best country and the legends. So we play today's artists, and then also we skew back to the old artists as well. Yeah.
That's right.
So
that's the ones I like.
Yeah, me too. That's the ones I sing. If I'm out doing karaoke, I'm singing the old classics a lot of times.
Now, you said something interesting, that you went to Plant City High School.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I have to ask, did you work in strawberries in the summer?
I did work in strawberries a little bit, but I could not outpick the other folks that were picking strawberries. I couldn't figure out how they could spin a strawberry plant and get 8 berries in one time. And I'm picking 1 or 2 at a time. So I didn't make a whole lot of money at the early age of 15. And
my bet is that they can't out DJ you then.
No. But I learned real quick how to throw bales of hay.
There you go.
Yeah. So I went to the hay business with friends in school. After practice and so on and so forth, or in the summer months or whenever it was, and so pitching hay up on the hay trailers.
Man,
couldn't pick strawberries, but I sure like them.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was raised in Live Oak, and we had watermelons and tobacco,
right,
or squash, and occasionally honeydew.
Right.
Melons and cantaloupes.
Yeah, my son's worked in melons with the Barneses down there in Brantford.
Exactly.
Yeah,
big gig down there where the Buccaneers romp and play on Friday nights.
Yeah, they cut their teeth on throwing melons.
Exactly.
So,
that's how they get so strong.
That's
how that O-line gets so big.
Yeah, you don't get strong picking strawberries. You're throwing hay and watermelons.
Crop of tobacco. You're getting strong.
You're darn right.
You're doggone right. Well, good deal. And so here you are, you're the director of sales there at WQHL in Live Oak. And, you said somebody asked you if commercial radio was still what would you say that the main benefit is to a business, say in the outside of Live Oak, say in Lake City, Gainesville,
Right.
in advertising with WQHL in Live Oak?
Well, when you're using a station that's out of your quote market, as it were, because we're in the Lake City Live Oak market, but the business here is a natural progression for the listeners in Live Oak and Lake City to come this way.
It's true.
They're going to come to Gainesville for the shopping, for the entertainment, for
a nice restaurant.
In nice restaurants, there's restaurants in Lake City and Live Oak, but your Gainesville market has a greater choice
Selection, that's right.
So as the advertisers choose us, and again, we're 50,000 watts, so we throw a huge net. We cover over 13 counties, over 200,000 listeners, potential listeners each and every day.
Wow.
So that gives the local business owner here a huge advantage up there to saturate the market with their product or service.
So that when we leave Live Oak to come here to shop, to eat, we've already got it in our mind, places we can go.
Exactly. Yeah, we're telling you, the business owner here knows where their front door is, but not everybody up there knows where your front door is.
Right.
And that's what we're telling them, where your front door is as a business owner, product or service or whatever it may be.
I got it.
So yeah, that's the advantages of it. And we do a good job because we take care of our, you get to hear the music for free because the advertisers are paying for advertising.
Right.
So you're not having to pay a monthly charge for the music. You can just flip it on your car or truck or SUV, van, whatever you're driving, and get to hear the music for free because the advertisers are the ones that are footing the bill. But at the same time, the advantage, the win-win for them is the listener who's getting to hear the music when we do go to a break gets to hear about the business and product or service.
I got you. So
it's a
natural
win-win.
advantage to advertising outside your per se market to attract the people that are going to end up here anyway because it's one of a few places from somewhere like a Live Oak where you can go to shop at a bigger mall and eat at a nicer restaurant.
Well, we're all consumers, and we either have a planned thought of what we're going to do, or we have a spontaneous thought of what we're going to do. And a lot of times, the spontaneous things, when you're buying something, you're at a store or something like that, and something at the register, that point of sale right there. Oh, I need that pack of gum.
Those Rosses, they get me with that popcorn every single time.
Right. So, but if you can help people know where they want to go, then that's the advantages of it. Let them know where you want them to go by telling them where your place is.
I love it.
So
good deal.
Directing.
How much time did you spend in Brantford?
Well, I did my kids graduated from Brantford, matter of fact.
Okay.
So, right. And my
so
two
you
sons,
got some Buccaneers in the family.
I do. I certainly do. Matter of fact, my youngest, both of them were on the last team that got to go to state. And it was a great team, great time.
What year was that? That's been a minute. Coach Campbell.
Coach Campbell was also
at Swanee.
That's right. Yeah, he sure was. And but he was there, right? And I'm trying to remember. See, my sons graduated in 2000 and 2002, so I'm going to say it was 99, maybe.
Okay.
It was 99, and so I was there, part of the fabric of the community, being the voice of the Buccaneers for 7 years.
Oh yeah,
seeing things that are going on.
You were the man.
Well, a small town, and
that's right.
The Swanee was on the air, and the Columbia was on the air, but little Brantford wasn't. So when that opportunity arose, and got to go to the quarterback meeting and stand up and say, "Hey, how would you like to hear your sons and daughters' names?" And I don't care if you're in the band, on the football team, and a majorette or a cheerleader. The eyes lit up, and just
that's great.
Yeah, so.
But how awesome to be a part of that, and be able to just engage with the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it was. Started out in very, very humble beginnings, passing the phone back and forth to actually getting equipment to where we could actually travel and do away games. And
man, that's great.
It was great time, great fun.
Great
fun doing all that.
Well, we're going to go to a brief break here, and when we get back, we'll have more with our good friend Stevie D.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there. And I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
I was driving behind a lady, and very suddenly she moved out of the way. There was a log laying in the road, and when I hit my brakes, I went on top of the log. I had 280 discs. I just haven't been the same since. Jeffrey Meldon fought for me all the way. Him and his team really went there for me. Throughout the whole lawsuit, he made sure that my bills was paid. It was never no whenever I called him and asked him for something.
Call Meldon Law right now.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again!
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Jeffrey!
Somebody else hit us here.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
All right, folks, welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. If you missed the first part, I'll tell you, it's a pleasure to have our good friend Stevie D with us from up in Live Oak and WQHL, the Big 98. Stevie is the Director of Sales and On-Air Talent there at Southern Stone Communications of Florida, and it's a pleasure to have him with us. And so I just want to talk a little bit about some more of the things that Stevie's involved in. I understand that your voice is so unique that you have been sought after in order to voice over for artists on television shows. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I had the great opportunity to, there's a big show in Orlando every year called ICAST. It's the largest fishing industry show in the world. I mean, from all over the world. And I go down every year and see if I can talk to companies or new companies or companies that have been in business for a while, no matter who it may be, but and talk to them about if they have a voice for their company, for their product. And,
looking for business.
Looking for business, that's right. And had the great opportunity of 1 year meeting a lady by the name of Misty Wells. And as far as I know right now, she's the only female that has a sportswomen's show on TV.
I'll be dang.
Discovery Channel, World Fishing Network, and the Outdoor Channel.
Good for her. That's probably a tough industry to break into for a female,
good.
so props to her.
Yeah, she does it all. She does from fishing, hunting, archery, bow hunting, all of it. She does it all. And great friends with the likes of Jimmy Houston, Roland Martin, those guys. And
that's great.
Got talking to her one day, and she had came up to Bienville Plantation to record a show, and was referred to. So she had asked a question. They referred me to her, and so she got in touch with me and went out there and did a television show with her, and got to talk to her about her needing a voiceover artist, and someone to. When the show comes on, this episode is brought to you by.
And you were like,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me share this with you.
Yeah, and she was brand new when she first started. So it was, again, I volunteered my time, and just she said, I'm brand new, just starting out the gates. If you don't mind, you can grow with me. And I thought, what a great opportunity.
Sure.
And so now, several years later now that I've been doing the voiceover work for her. She's in Alaska right now, filming her first episode for 2024, and against Misty Wells, and the name of the show, Let's Take It Outside. So
that's great.
So it's
and that's on the Discovery Channel, right?
Discovery Channel, World Fishing Network, and Outdoor Channel. So very fortunate, very humble to be a part of that, and it's neat, and. But then, the commercial side of things.
Sure.
I do a lot of commercials for a lot of different businesses. It all depends, So.
But that's great. So we get to hear Stevie D on TV.
Yeah. So it's
Let's Take It Outside. You
right.
said.
Let's Take It Outside with Misty Wells. Yep.
Good deal. We'll have to check that out when it starts coming on TV. There, I guess they're recording right now.
They're
so
doing shows right
long.
now. Yep. It should be on there pretty soon.
Good deal. That's great. So So what really drew you to the outdoor type television series? I mean, is it because you love the outdoors, or was it just work?
Well, no. I mean, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I was brought up mainly deep sea fishing with my grandfather. He had a big boat, and we would go out of a little town called Ozona, Florida, which is near Newport Richey, and we'd go out what's called the Middle Grounds.
All right.
And matter of fact, I still got my Pen 309 from 1969.
Wow.
That is my first rod and reel. Still got it. Still use it, matter of fact. And
sounds like a good brand.
Oh man, it was awesome. And so the memories that I have from my grandfather and my dad taking me out and my brother out to fishing in the Gulf of Mexico just put me on the outside of things, doing things outside, And I was the jock in the family, the sportsman, doing all these kind of things. And
great voice.
Well, I don't know when that came along, but something happened. I guess if this pill wears off, I'm screwed. Right. But hope it lasts throughout the show here. But with the show and stuff, and just having the opportunity to meet people and then ask. I'm a firm believer you have not because you ask not.
Right.
And so
squeaky wheel.
Exactly. And being able to do the show with Misty and that opportunity arising, it's given me a platform and a format that other people get to hear it. And so I have opportunities meeting other people, and she's been very gracious introducing me to the powers that be at the Discovery Channel.
And you continue to sell your own services.
Exactly.
You sell yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of fun. Of course, I'm a fisherman. Don't hunt quite as much as I used to, but now my competitive side is golf. Love golf.
So I heard.
Yeah, love the game of golf. And I'll play as much as I can.
How often do you get to play?
I try to play twice a week right now, but if I can play more, I'll play more.
Now, are you playing there in Live Oak?
Yep, playing Swanee, but I'll play anywhere. I'll go anywhere and play. I just had my son and I just got to play TPC at Sawgrass, the stadium course here not too long ago. And
it's the 17th is the famous hole, right?
Yeah. I almost birdied
the island hole.
Yeah, it was. It was 135 yards, a little into the wind. Had a 9-iron, hit it about 15 feet, spun back to about 20 feet, putted up, and it spun out.
In case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, in case anybody was wondering. So it was pretty cool. So yeah.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Stevie D loves golf more than most things.
Yeah, I love golf. Yeah, it's and there's so many great courses, man. I mean, not only is it just courses on the coast, it's just it's everything. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, I enjoy it.
Well, it's nature. I love being out in nature, and if you're an outdoors guy, you would love golf because you're out. In the elements.
Yeah. You get to play a lot of courses that the nature's right there. You got deer and turkey and peacocks and roaming around. It's just, and they're like, hey.
You're right. Good deal. Well, I wanted to ask you about something that happened quite a while ago. And you were telling me that you had a run-in with somebody famous in these parts.
Yeah.
Somebody who may have established this recording studio where we're at here.
Absolutely.
At Spurrier Gridiron Grill in Gainesville. And I want to ask you about that. And as you shared, it seemed like a really interesting story to me and was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It was a very cool story, very exciting for me. I know I was at Crescent Beach with some friends, and we were waiting for the shuttle to go up, or to go up, how you want to say it. And the launch got scrubbed, and there was, thousands of people on the beach all staring into space. No clue that it got scrubbed, and everybody's still staring. So I got to looking down south of the, down the beach and south, and saw these two people running, and a man and a woman running. And so I'm standing there, and as they were running, getting closer, everybody else still staring into space, and I'm watching them run. And they ran by me, and I looked at one of my friends, and I said, "That was Steve Spurrier." He said, "No, it wasn't. That wasn't Spurrier." I said, "I'm telling you,
what are the chances,
Spurrier."
right?
And I had on a tank top, Pure Juice Gator shirt, and so him and that was his wife Jerry, and they ran by me, and so I turned around and watched them run, and they went probably about another 100 yards, I guess, and then turned around and started running back, and ran right by me. And when they ran by me, Coach Spurrier says, "Go Gators!" And I looked at the guy and said, "I told you it was a coach. I told you it was a coach." And so he says, "You should get his autograph." And I was like, "With what?" And I'm on the beach,
I'm on the beach waiting for the space shuttle.
No, we're all staring.
I'm not here with a marker.
Nothing, And he said, well, I got a magic marker in my truck, which at Crescent Beach, and then you could park on the beach. And so we ramped to his truck. I got a magic marker. And by this time, Coach Spurrier and his wife, Jerry, they were clipping along pretty good. And so I took off, and I took off running behind him. And I got about maybe 20 feet or so, and I said, Mr. Spurrier. And he turned around and looked at me, still running. And he motioned me to come on up beside him, so I'm up beside him running, and we're still running. He didn't stop, they didn't stop, I didn't stop. And I said, hey, Coach, how you doing? He's good, dude. I said, would you mind signing my shirt? And he says, you got something I can sign it with? And I got the pen in my hand. And so he stopped, and he was very gracious to sign my shirt. And that was a story. I got a chance, first time I ever had a chance to meet him. And then since that time with the Gator Radio Network, and spoke to him several times. But it was a very cool time, very cool moment, and very gracious to do that for me. And wrote him a long letter, and he wrote me back he sent me back a picture and put on there to my Beach Pals DVD.
And you still have it, right?
Still got it. It's in my office. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. I thought that was a cool story.
It was a cool story. He was very gracious to do that.
And for us to be here recording and you have that personal story,
yeah.
I thought it was unique, and that's why I wanted to ask you to share it with us. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of a full circle kind of thing. As a matter of fact, I got to share that with his wife back in August when they had the 2-year celebration here for the opening of Spurrier's. And his wife, Jerry, was sitting by me here when we were eating, and got a chance to tell her that. Didn't get to tell him that, but maybe I will one day.
Yeah,
maybe
on a golf course.
Yeah, maybe on a golf course someplace. But yeah, it was a wonderful moment, and again, very gracious that he was.
Well, he frequents these parts,
yeah.
So you could very easily find him at Dale Plantation or one of those golf courses around here.
Right,
I would imagine.
Right on.
I know he loves golf as well.
Yeah, he does, and he's a good player. He's a good player. I know he's he's got a little older, but that's okay. He's still got the game.
Apparently he still runs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he couldn't outrun Stevie D on the beach side.
Yeah.
That's your claim to fame now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I ran him down.
He ran down Coach Spurrier on the beach.
Yeah, I drafted off of him.
That's right. Well, so I wanted to ask you here, if somebody here in Gainesville wants to advertise with Stevie D at WQHL 98.1, the Big 98 in Live Oak, what should they do? How do they get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach out and kind of learn what you have to offer package-wise for a business that's looking to reach that market there?
Right on. Yeah, they can reach me up there. And again, we have several stations. We have not only 98.1, which is WQHL. We got 94.3 WNFB, which is classic rock, classic hits. 106.1, the news talk, and then 103.1, which is the Fox Sports.
Now,
so we have.
When I was growing up, it was 362-0981. Is that still the number?
It's still 362-0981. That's right.
That's a lot. It's been a long time.
That's the studio line. That's if you want to request a song. The office line is 362-1250. That's 386-362-1250.
Right.
And just ask for me, Steve, or Wayne, our afternoon guy, Wayne Luttrell. And we can certainly help you out.
Was 1250, I think, it's the AM
network? AM 1250, right?
Yep.
Yeah, still WQHL, but AM 1250, right?
Gotcha. That makes sense.
362-1250, 1250.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, Stevie D, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
I appreciate it.
It was a pleasure to get to know you. Like I said, I'm from there, but we didn't know each other. I grew up there my whole life. You've been there many, many years and much of my life. So it's been an honor to have you here and spend a little bit of time with you, get to know you. I appreciate it. And I wish you much success in the future, my friend.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much. And thanks to Meldon and the folks at Meldon Law. And again, just to say for them, if you guys have been in an accident or need a good law firm, they won't back down.
I promise they won't. Tom Petty, Steve, they won't do it.
That's right.
We won't back down. Thanks for joining us at Meldon Law and Friends.